Welcome back, everybody. Happy Ahsoka Day. It's Wednesday. Episode 7 is dropped, so you know we got to check it out. We got to do the reaction. But before I get into the reaction, I kind of want to theorize a little bit, have a little fun with some ideas. So if you're ready to go right into the reaction part of the video, just skip to the next chapter. But for the next couple of minutes, I want to talk about some theories, some thoughts I have. Indulge me, if you will. The first thing, obviously, what is Thrawn's ultimate goal? What is he after? What does he want to do? So he's been away for 10 years. Does he know that the Empire is falling? I'm pretty sure they've brought him up to speed somehow. But what I don't know is, does he want to reboot the Empire in the state that it was when he left, when he was exiled? Or is this going to be a nice, tidy way for Disney to sort of tie into the sequel trilogy? So will he originate the First Order when it gets back? Personally, I don't think so. You know, knowing Dave Filoni, unless he's being instructed from the higher ups to make it happen, I think this is going to be something a little different. I don't think it's going to be the First Order origination. I think this is going to be something entirely different. I think Thrawn is up to a lot more than bringing back the status quo. I think his time spent with the Nightsisters has obviously done something to him. That's 10 years we're talking about. So I'm sure he's spoken to them and has been dealing with them. I think his plans are a little different. And I think we may find out exactly what they are in this episode. But I think he's up to something different. I don't think he wants to reboot the Empire. But I could be completely wrong. That could be his goal, is to get back and take things back to where they should be now that the Emperor is gone. But who knows? What do you guys think about that? And on the flip side of that, what is Baylan's ultimate plans? I mean, we know that he was a Jedi. He escaped Order 66. He's a fallen Jedi now. What are his goals? So he obviously aligned with Elizabeth to make his way to the Nightsisters for that power source that he referenced in the last episode. What is that power source? I'm wondering if Baylan is attempting to reboot the Jedi Order, bring it back to where it originally started versus where it was when Order 66 happened. I'm curious what power he's after here. Is it going to be a Sith holocron? Is it going to be an ancient Jedi holocron that he's looking for? I mean, he mentioned power, but power doesn't always have to be like magic or force power. Power could be knowledge and information. Start a whole new Jedi Order based on his beliefs. That could be something he's doing there, but who knows? Who knows what's going to happen here? That's the great thing about the story right now that Filoni's doing. You can't predict where things are headed. You really can't. I mean, you have ideas as far as where they're headed, but you can't predict where he's going at all. And of course, when Ahsoka makes her way back, how is she going to stop Baylan, Thrawn, the Nightsisters? She has so much stacked against her. How is she going to handle this on her own? I have a feeling that, of course, Sabine is going to help her. We may even get some Mandalorian appearances in this thing, and quite possibly the biggest help she could use is going to be Luke. I think this is going to definitely bring Luke into the picture. They've already met with each other. They're aware of each other, and I'm pretty sure Luke is attuned to be able to sense a disturbance in the Force of this nature, but I don't think she's going to go this alone. I think she's going to definitely enlist the help of Luke Skywalker to combat this threat. This is a major threat to 2 galaxies now, and I don't think she's going to be able to handle this on her own. I think she's going to have to bring Luke in to help her out with this thing. And what is the deal with this Enoch character? I mean, I love the look. He's wearing that old-fashioned Roman death mask. There's a lot of history with that mask. I'm sure if you Google it, you'll find out. I think this character has the potential to stick around for a little bit. I don't think they're going to wipe him out quickly. I hope they don't anyway, because the actor who plays him played a really good character in the show Expanse. If you haven't seen Expanse, you got to check it out. Great show. It was phenomenal. He played a character by the name of Amos, and I'm sure those of you who know, you're smiling because you know who Amos is. Great characters. I think if that actor is involved, I can't imagine them killing him off quickly. I think he's going to be sticking around for a little bit. But what is his ultimate deal? Like, why is he different from the other stormtroopers? And speaking of the other stormtroopers, what's the deal with them wearing the Nightsister bands, those ribbons? That's got to be something connected to the Nightsisters. They all had, like, their helmets were fractured, their armor was pretty dirty, so they didn't look like your typical Empire stormtrooper / clone trooper. They didn't look like it at all. So there's something happening here. I'm wondering if these guys are dead. They're all dead and they've been reanimated by the Nightsisters, and maybe those ribbons is their way of control. And since they're reanimated, are they technically going to become the Dark Troopers? Those of you who read the novels, I'm sure you're aware of that whole storyline, but the zombified Troopers. Is that what we're seeing here? If it is, it's so cool. You know what's awesome is that Dave is like bringing in all this stuff from Legends, the extended material that Disney originally said they were not going to bring in. He's bringing all that in, stuff from the novels. I love it. He's kind of doing it low key. It makes me wonder if the powers that be at Disney actually know what he's pulling off here. They may not even be aware, which is hilarious. Originally, when they purchased Star Wars, they said that they were not going to use that material at all, which is just insane because there's so much material from the novels, so much fantastic material, that it's just insane for them not to want to use it. And Thrawn is a big example. He's a part of that material. So I think Dave's kind of like low key putting this stuff in here that us diehard fans are aware of, and we are loving it. Thanks again, Dave. You know, one thing in the last episode that I noticed when they were getting back on Thrawn's ship, they were transporting something. I'm sure you noticed it as well. What's in those boxes? Obviously, it's not going to be like food or supplies. That's already going to be on the ship. I think it may be either reanimated clone troopers who've been tinkered with somehow in dark magic, you know, just super, super zombified troopers that they're going to drop as a secret weapon. Or wouldn't it be crazy if these turn out to be reanimated brothers of Dathomir or sons of Dathomir, the male Dathomir, aka Darth Maul's brothers? Could these be reanimated Dathomir men that they're bringing on the ships? And if so, oh man, you talk about wrecking havoc. Oh my Lord, this is getting out of hand. Whatever it is, you know, it's something that's not good. It's not good. And I think Thrawn, once he makes it back to the galaxy, he's going to unleash whatever it is that's in those canisters for sure. And it won't be pretty. And then the last thought, Ezra. What the hell has Ezra been up to for the last 10 years? I know he hasn't been just chilling out with those turtle Ewoks or anything. He couldn't have been wasting time like that. I think he's been training, meditating. And, you know, I wonder, has he even figured out a way to commune with Kanan? Now, if we get a Kanan appearance in this episode, us nerds are going to flip the freak out seeing that thing. But I mean, he had enough time to develop it. He was pretty strong in the Force. So could he have figured out a way to commune with Kanan? Or any other Jedi from that matter? Oh, that's going to be interesting. But I think there's something interesting going on with Ezra. And I'm pretty sure in this episode, we're going to learn more about it. I don't think he's just been chilling, doing nothing. He's been active because for 10 years, if Thrawn hadn't caught him or killed him, and I'm sure there's a reason for that. I think Thrawn might have let him do his own thing and not considered him a threat. But for him to be there for 10 years as a Jedi alone, there's some big things happening there, big time things happening there. So I can't wait to see what he's done. And I don't think it's going to be anything simple. I think he's probably going to be more powerful than he was when he got exiled, when he performed the self-exile 10 years ago. So I can't wait to see what the story is there. So there's so much happening here. And we only have 2 episodes left. This episode, I think they're going to give us a lot of the backstory that's going to fill in a lot of these questions. And then, of course, they're going to roll right into the finale, which is going to blow our freaking socks off. Next week's going to be huge. It's going to be hot. I'm going to have some friends invited to this thing as well. So I can't wait for next week, guys. You know what? I'm ready to watch this episode. Enough talking, enough theorizing. I could go on and on with theories. I'm sure you guys could as well. We love doing that. This is a good part of Star Wars, but let's go ahead and check this episode out, guys. Let's get into it.